guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by and I hope you're all doing well. Last week I had a day where I wasn't feeling like myself and I was feeling pretty down, and that doesn't happen very often for me, to be honest. So I thought maybe it's interesting and helpful for you to share with you my happiness hacks. I'm going to tell you the 4 things that I do that help me, and the first thing that I always do is ask myself, okay, what is going on and what is the reason that I'm feeling this way? So I'm going to the root of the problem. So I literally sit down and talk to myself. I think it's very important to go to the reason and to the root of the problem, so you know what's causing it. So that's always the first thing that I do, and I notice that it's very helpful to talk to myself and ask myself, why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? Then when I discover what the reason is, I ask myself, okay, so is there anything that I can do about it? If yes, I often discover, okay, so if I could do something about it, what is it? And then I fix it, or I find that solution to do something about it. And this can be whatever, because it depends on the reason why you're feeling that way. Maybe it is going to talk to that co-worker, or going to talk to that friend that made you upset, or sometimes it's talk to my husband, or whatever. For me, it's usually someone else involved if I'm feeling like down or not really happy. So that means that I take action and take responsibility for my emotions, because I know when I don't do anything about it, but basically I could, it would bother me. So for me, it won't go away. Sometimes it also happens that I know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, but there's nothing I can do about it. Also, then I talk to myself and I'm like, okay, there isn't anything you can do about it, accept the way that accept the feelings, the emotions, and give it a place. For example, sometimes I just think so much and overanalyze everything, and I think something bad is going to happen, and then I feel like shitty all day, or I watch too much news, or I see something that's heartbreaking, but I cannot do anything about the situation. Those are examples when you know there isn't anything you can do about the reason behind your problem, you know, the reason why you're feeling that way. But also then I take charge and I'm just talking to myself, okay, there's not anything you can do about it. Stop thinking so much and just chill out. You know the reason, so you know the reason behind your emotion, feelings. That's important. And the second question is, can I do anything about it? And if the answer is no, then I leave it like that, and I know I cannot do anything about it. The second thing that is really so helpful for me is God. Ever since I started to start and end my day by being grateful, I almost never have bad days anymore. It's so amazing and helpful to practice gratitude, and I would strongly recommend you to try. Maybe you're already doing that and you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, just realize what you have and how blessed you are at the moment. I mean, I don't have to tell you how many people have it so difficult. You know, people who are homeless, or refugees, or sick people. I mean, you already know. I don't have to tell you. So I realize every day how blessed I am, and we are, and it helps me so much, to be honest with you. So I simply just put my trust in God and be patient, and I know everything will be fine. These two things I'm discussing first because for me they're the most important ones, and they also work on a long term. So these are like long-term solutions for me. Usually when you read something or see something about a happiness or something like that, you usually see everything like about self-care, take a shower, do your makeup and stuff like that, which is fine and that's also nice, but those are like short-term solutions. And I mean, like, do whatever cheers you up, that's totally fine, but I think it's very important to first know the root behind the problem and why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, so you can also like monitorize that. I don't know if that's exactly the right word. And you can also see if there's like a pattern in it, which is important. For example, if you notice that every time that you're feeling shitty, it's because of someone in your family or a friend, then that's important, and maybe you should like cut that person out of your life. That's just an example. Now, the third thing that I do after I do these two steps is do something that I know makes me feel nice and is comforting for me. Now, this can also be whatever, it also depends on the situation, but I really just listen to my body. For me, it's usually something like read a book, take a shower, lay in bed all day, eat chocolates, talk like to my parents, or talk to a friend. So yeah, it depends, but I just do something that I know is going to give me a nice and comforting feeling. Now, I don't ask myself like, okay, what can I do to make me feel happy? Because you put such a pressure on yourself, and let's be honest, you cannot go from feeling and not, just not good, to all of a sudden being happy. That's not realistic. So that's why I'm asking myself like, okay, what is something that is going to make me give me a nice feeling and is comforting for me. Now, what doesn't work for me is something like put my makeup on or like get all dressed. For you, maybe it will work, or for someone else, and that's just totally fine and good. Do something what's comforting for you. For me, that doesn't work. That's for me. That's the last thing I want to do, like put on my makeup and dress nice. I'd rather like be in PJs all day. You do you. The last thing that I do is I would call it like awareness. It is totally normal and realistic as a human to have bad days. I feel like in our society, everyone is like forcing us. That's the way I'm feeling, okay? Everyone is forcing us to be happy, and that's like the new standard. Everything evolves around happiness, and that's not realistic. I mean, we have so many emotions. We think so much, and yeah, we're humans. So be aware that it's totally normal, totally fine to have bad days. Just, realize that and tell yourself it's all fine, and that's life. I hope that my tips help you in some type of shape or form, and I want this channel to be about positivity. So if you want to, please feel free to share your happiness hacks down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time in another video. Bye!